Welcome to Scriptural Snapshots, brought to you by Living Faith Ministries in Kaiser, West Virginia, where we bring the living Word of God into your life. I'm Pastor Gordon Brubaker. We're talking about the land of liberty. And I want to go back today to the 2011 Harvard study. And one of the things that it says in that study, there is a, quote, there is a political congruence between the patriotism promoted on the 4th of July and the values associated with the Republican Party. Now, there is so much that is disturbing about that because they're actually telling you that only Republicans believe in patriotism. And obviously, that, from their point of view, obviously that is a bad thing to believe in, to be a patriot of the United States of America. One of the things it says is that there's a political congruence between the patriotism and the values associated with the Republican Party. Now, we often get values confused with virtues. They're not the same thing. A value is, let me say it this way. We all have values, but we don't have virtues. Now, I say that because values are personal or based on an outcome important to the individual. Virtues are behaviors focused on taking action for the social benefit or the benefit of others. It's not a personal one. In other words, values will always work toward your personal benefit. Virtues is you do what you do for the sake of others. Okay, it's a self-sacrificing concept. Values are, it's all about me. If I don't get any benefit out of this, I'm not going to participate in it. We can see this in so many areas today. People are voting for reparations. I'll just throw this out. People are voting for reparations. Why? They're going to get money. But it's not a virtue because it's not based on what this does to others. Why should I, that have never owned a slave, my family never owned slaves, where we came from, our background is we were the pacifists, we were the anti-slavery people. I joke sometimes, and this isn't true, but I joke that we ran the Underground Railroad. Why? Because we opposed slavery. Now, why, if my family and my genealogy, when I can prove that I did not promote slavery, I did not support slavery, I was part of the North that fought against slavery, why should I pay reparations? Some families already paid reparations and they lost fathers and sons and husbands in the war to free the slaves. What reparation do they need to pay? Why are they required to pay reparations? Why aren't we upset that the government school system has failed in the inner city? Why aren't we upset that blacks are more poorly educated and receive more poor education than anybody else? Because it didn't used to be that way until the Great Society came along. A lot of the black schools were far superior to white schools, and they were academically achieving. Now, not all, I understand that, but some were. And the blacks were actually living at a little bit better level than what many are living today. They had their families intact, which today they don't. Why doesn't that bother? See, it's all about me. I want your money. That's what it is, and it's a class warfare type of thing. Now, I know some people argue with me on that, but the facts are there, and you can look it up yourself if you have the courage to face the truth. Now, we're talking about virtues and values. I had a friend in college, and he was a socialist. He was a Marxist, probably not a real involved Marxist, but he was a socialist. And he wanted to overthrow the country. He hated America. He wanted to overthrow it. It was a corrupt system. It was an ugly system. And he wanted everyone to be able to share equally in wealth, which he came from a wealthy family. And it amazed me that he didn't understand that it would cost his family, which and cost him probably privilege that he already had, because he never caught that. But this is why he wanted socialism. He thought if he could overthrow the government of the United States, he would become one of the leaders to control everybody else's life. And as a leader, he would not, the concept of equality equity, I should say equity, would not be imposed upon him because he would be above that. See how this is how a lot of these people think. Someone who actually believes in socialism, after socialism wins the government of the power of the people and the government of that country, they start persecuting the ones who actually believe in socialism because it's not about equity. It's not about equality. It's not about any of those things. Socialism is about I can use you as the term is useful idiot that Karl Marx used, I believe. The useful idiots that promoted us and put us in power, and I've got to get rid of you guys. We'll use you to our advantage. This is their value. We'll use you to our advantage, and after that, we'll kill you. We'll just get rid of you. It happened in Russia. It happened in China. Happens in Venezuela. It happens everywhere where socialism is put into practice, that there is a war against those who actually believe in socialism. Where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is liberty. I'm Pastor Gordon Brubaker. God bless you.